interruption into what is going to probably be Mum's epicest video ever. But I wanted to give you a little sneaky peeky, sort of behind the scenes, behind the curtain, little look at what goes on in the process of editing Mum's videos. We can see here the great woolly mammoth turning a camera on and getting ready to record. Of course it's upside down, so let's turn it up the right way now.
This take 995 ring. Hopefully this will be the video to use. We shall see.
It appears it was.
Alright, clear throat.
Well, we can see here that the camera is on quite a bit of an angle and the woolly mammoth is in the shot. So let's see if we can fix that now. That's great. Now she can begin.
Hi everyone, it's Anne here again. What I have today is not really a tutorial, although we will make one very simple flower, but it's more of an inspirational kind of thing. If you've seen my last video where I made the flowers by folding little squares into like triangles with lots of points and layers showing, and then gluing them onto a circle like pie, those were these type of flowers. Actually I made some more. I made those out of lace, but these ones I've just made out of fabrics that are very similar colours and similar patterns, and I think these work too. They've only got 6 pieces in. They've got 3 of each of the fabrics, 2 of each of the fabrics, 3 different fabrics, 6 pieces, and I like how they came out. So they're exactly the same. The other ones that are the same are these ones. And I love the richness of these ones. You can see that. And I made these ones again exactly the same, but I was using this, which is the Sari, reclaimed Sari roll. I'm not quite sure what it's called in the shop, but I'm sure you'll find it if you want to get some.
Crikey, Mum, how are they supposed to find it if you don't even tell them what it is? It's a reclaimed Sari metallic border roll, and you can find it in the link in the description box if you're looking for it. Thanks for the plug, Mum.
There's yards and yards on the same roll, and it changes colour every so often. I'll just show you. Just do a quick ad like that. I love these because you just get a bit of everything. Okay, so that was those ones. And then I saw these ones in a very old book. Well, it was something similar, and they look very kind of old-fashioned, and I like them very much. That's these kind of little sprigs or sprays of flowers, and you just make the individual flowers up and bunch them together like a real bunch of flowers. I've got more here because you know what I'm like. I find something I like to make, I go mad and make loads of them.
Hang on, Mum. You only had 3 kids. Are you trying to tell me something?
So we've got it in purple and this turquoise colour and a pink. And just for good measure, another purple and another turquoise. And a couple of smaller ones I did just using less things. A yellow one, another purple one. And they're probably self-explanatory because they're just a bunch of elements together tied up with ribbon and lace. Oh, I've got some. These ones are different again, actually. Let's clear the decks a bit so we can see what we're doing. These ones I used making the same flower as these. That flower and this flower are made exactly the same way. They've got different middles and they're made out of different fabrics, so you get a totally different effect. So those are, like I say, a bit different. I just like the old-fashioned kind of look, and they're not too fat. When you put them in a journal and shut the pages, maybe not these ones so much, although they will flatten down over time because they've got paper in the middle. But certainly something like this in a journal is very flat. All right, so where am I at? I'll show you how to make the little individual flower, I think. And for that you're going to need a piece of fabric. I've got this piece of velvet here. I think it's about 1.5 by 6. Yeah, 1.5 by 6. That's only approximate, and the bigger your piece of fabric, the bigger your flower will come out. And all you need to do is take your little strip and concertina fold it, so back and forth on itself like that. And you if you can see that, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals. So you can see at that end you've got enough folds. But we're going to work on the folded edge. I'm going to start about 1/3 of the way up and cut it to a point. So I'll go in with my scissors, just cut it up to the top like that. I'll turn it over because it's easier for me to work on the right side because I'm right-handed. Just go in, hold it tight, cut it to a point, and hopefully they come out fairly equal. That's not too bad. Sometimes I've cut it and it looks like a dog's hind leg. So once you've got that little crown shape piece, just take a needle and thread and just do a very big running stitch, about like 1/4 of an inch, all the way along the bottom. Along the bottom is being the long straight edge. Sorry, I don't know where my glasses are, I'm just doing this half blind, so forgive me for fumbling around. No doubt I'll get in trouble off Kerry because half the time I can't find my glasses because they're on top of my head. And I'm pretty sure they're not there today. No, they're not there. Make Kerry sound like a bogeyman, don't I? But she is, actually. No, we have a great relationship. She tells me what to do and I tell her where to go.
And I poke fun at the both of them.
So I've gone all the way along and gather it all up and do a little anchor stitch to stop your gathers from coming undone. And then put the right sides together and attach the beginning to the end with just a couple of little stitches. Okay. And then you can just sort of manipulate it around on the thread. Like that. And you end up with this star-shaped flower, which can be used in so many ways. You can, you know, put a lot of them together or just use one on its own. Or you can vary the size of them and make one big one and make the same style flower but in a lot of smaller ones to make a cluster. And then to finish off, I'm just going to put a little gem in the middle. Like that. Okay. Now if you didn't want to make them out of fabric, it occurred to me you can make some out of napkin. I did make one. Like that. And what I did was I got a napkin and I ironed it onto some interfacing. It's very thin interfacing, this one. It comes in different grades, but it doesn't matter what kind of grade you use, just don't use a very thick one. And you iron it on the back of the napkin. I did do a video on this way back, oh it's years ago now, but it makes your napkins very strong. And I just cut off, it's already 6 inches, so I just cut off a piece 1.5 inches wide, and I did it in exactly the same way, and that's my flower from that napkin. So that was that one. Oops. Now in those little sprays of flowers I've got some other kind of bits and bobs. Let me find a good example. Have I got a good example here? This one, perhaps. I don't know if you can see that there, but I've got some spiky looking things, and they are just stamens that I've doubled up. I actually used 4, so I've got 8 pieces together because I folded them up. I folded them in half, but I staggered them so they weren't all exactly the same length. And then just wrapped hot glued a piece of wire on the bottom, and then just wrapped them with flower tape. And so I made up all these stamen pieces, if you can see those, to go with the flowers. On the way I attach the flowers, where's my flower? I've got my pliers here, but I just got a piece of wire, put a circle in the top of the wire with my
Oh, goody shreds.
round nose pliers, and then just flattened it out, just attached it to the back of the flower with some hot glue, if you can see that one there, and then wrapped the green flower tape around it. Now if you haven't got flower tape, you could use crepe paper or ordinary paper, or these ones I used what do you call it, seam binding, green seam binding, or you could just use a strip of fabric, or you could just wrap them in white paper and then just use a bit of oxides to make it green. There's many ways to do it. But then when you've got your elements together, I just gathered several in a bunch and just wrapped a bit of lace around it and tied it in a bow. And I just like how they came out. They kind of got this old-fashioned sort of quality with them. And I was pleased with them. As you can see, I made heaps. All right, well, I think that's all from me today. I hope it has inspired you, but by now you might be a bit flowered out, and if you are, I'm sorry, I'll endeavour to do something different next time. But in the meantime, have fun crafting, and thank you very, very much for watching, and I'll hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.
Sorry about that, Mumsy, but you had it coming.